President Obama has promised that sanctions against Iran would snap back if the Islamic Republic misbehaves following the implementation of its nuclear deal with the West. Iran's recent ballistic missile tests may provide a chance for the president to back that up. He's certainly getting pressure to do so from both Republicans and some Democrats. Correspondent Kevin Corke is at the White House tonight.
Metaphorically speaking, it was supposed to be a pat on the back for his diplomatic corps at the State Department.
That's how we build a global coalition to deal with Iran. Strong sanctions plus diplomacy.
Instead, President Obama used his visit to the Chief of Missions Conference to zero in on one of his most elusive foreign policy quests, solving the Iran problem.
We're going to have to continue to ensure that Iran fully meets its commitments under the nuclear deal.
Problem is, they haven't. Witness the regime's recent ballistic missile tests, an apparent violation of the terms of the Iran nuclear deal.
We called for consultations today to discuss Iran's recent ballistic missile launches, which the United States condemns as dangerous, destabilizing, and provocative.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the tests were a sign that the Iranians could not be trusted to honor the nuclear agreement reached last year, imploring his foreign minister to tell the Security Council, quote, they must take immediate punitive steps following the repeated gross transgressions by Iran in the matter of rockets. But the Iranians reacted strongly to suggestions that they were in violation of the UN agreement which codified the nuclear deal, saying, quote, Security Council Resolution 2231 does not prohibit legitimate and conventional military activities, nor does international law disallow them. The debate further complicated by language in the final Iran nuclear deal, which doesn't expressly prohibit such tests. Instead, it merely calls for the Iranians not to conduct launches. Language softened by a U.S. contingent eager to push the deal over the finish line, say critics, and the Russians were eager to take advantage, with Ambassador Vitaly Churkin saying, quote, you can comply with a call or you can ignore the call, but you cannot violate a call. The legal distinction is there. And experts say the Russians may have a point.
So what we're really witnessing right now is the dismantling of the Iran deal before our very eyes through Iranian violations that go unpunished.
Pollack, frankly, Brett says the administration is so hell-bent on this Iran nuclear deal that they've simply given everything they could, and the Iranians now are simply taking advantage of that, Brett.
Kevin, in a surprise move, the Russian President Vladimir Putin said today that he's ordered his military to start withdrawing the main part of its forces from Syria. What's the White House reaction to that?
Yeah, you're right on the money on that. In fact, we learned late this afternoon that the president has spoken with Vladimir Putin by telephone. The two men not only talking about the cessation of hostilities and, as you pointed out, an apparent partial withdrawal of Russian troops from Syria. They also talked about a political transition in the country and, of course, the ongoing need for humanitarian aid, Brett.
We will follow that. Kevin Corke live on the North Lawn. Kevin, thank you.